So I was in the courtroom where this trial is taking place, and I was sitting right behind Cassie Ventura's husband, and I watched him as he sort of glared at Sean Combs at times, at the family, especially during the period of time where the prosecution showed photos of 13 men, different races, predominantly black men. These are all men that Cassie was able to identify in terms of names sometimes and where these freak-offs, these alleged freak-offs took place, from cities like LA, Miami, New York, Las Vegas, etc. I can only imagine how painful it must be to sit there and listen to that testimony regarding your wife.
Over the past 5 days, the world has gotten to witness the strength and bravery of my wife, freeing herself of her past. There has been speculation online surrounding how it must feel for me to sit there and listen to my wife's testimony. I have felt so many things sitting there.
What would you do if you saw your partner on tape with their ex after marrying you? Because that's exactly what happened in court when Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, heard her say she voluntarily went back to Diddy. Now the world's asking, was he blindsided or did he already know? Let's break down the leaked videos and the moment that made Alex get up and leave the courtroom in silence. Not out of disrespect, out of devastation, because that's when the tapes were played. And what was said in that courtroom didn't just shake the jury, it broke him. One clip allegedly featured Cassie admitting to cheating on Alex after their marriage. Not just once, multiple times with Diddy. And when asked under oath whether she voluntarily went back to Diddy after their hotel altercation, Cassie replied, "Yes, we had a good night. I went back to his house." That moment alone was enough to silence the room. But it didn't stop there. Alex Fine reportedly left the courtroom in rage, unable to sit through the testimony. One witness described him staring down Diddy on his way out.
I was in the courtroom where this trial is taking place, and I was sitting right behind Cassie Ventura's husband. I can only imagine how painful it must be to sit there and listen to that testimony regarding
and
your
the
wife.
internet didn't hold back. Trolls quickly mocked Alex, calling him soft, weak, and even questioning why he married Cassie if she was, in their words, damaged goods. Some celebrities even joined in on the criticism, but Alex finally broke his silence. Through a public statement delivered by his lawyer, he said, "I did not save Cassie." He called it an insult to the years of hard work Cassie had done to heal herself. "Cassie saved Cassie," he repeated. He asked for privacy, praised her strength, and made it clear this wasn't about being a hero, it was about standing by, a woman who refused to stay broken. But as people reacted to his pain, court transcripts kept coming in. Cassie admitted that her relationship with Diddy didn't truly end when it should have. She revealed that even the intimate scenes in The Perfect Match were fully approved by Diddy. When asked about the sex scenes, Cassie said, "He loved it."
Wondering about the boyfriend, Diddy, whether he came to the set to make sure everything was copacetic with you.
No, he actually really trusted the situation. Him and Terrence spoke beforehand. Terrence.
Wait, you date P. Diddy?
Oh, wow.
I didn't know this, yeah.
You know, I typically don't talk about my private life.
Well, forgive me, they put it on the television.
They put it on the television.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't go, like, really, you sure?
I'll let that one go.
Though that raised even more questions. Was this an open relationship? Was there more happening behind the scenes than fans ever guessed? Then came the old clip that shocked everyone. A 2019 video of Cassie crying as she hugged Alex after he ran 50 miles to support domestic violence awareness. He did it for his mom. But now people are watching it differently. They see the pain on Cassie's face, the sadness behind her smile. And in court, when the judge made Alex leave during the 2018 rape testimony, it wasn't just to protect his feelings. It was a legal move. The judge said Alex might be a witness, so he couldn't stay. But none of that erased what was already said. Cassie admitted to cheating on Alex. She said she went back to Diddy. And worst of all, a leaked quote from a male escort said she wasn't just forced into the freak-offs, she helped organize them. Now everyone is asking the same thing. Why didn't Cassie leave Diddy sooner? The answer isn't easy. It wasn't just love, it was control. Cassie said her 11-year relationship with Diddy was full of fear, pressure, and control. She said he had cameras watching her, warned her not to leave, and kept her away from friends and family. When she tried to go, he'd cry, buy her things, and promise to change. It was emotional abuse at its worst, and behind the scenes, it got even darker.
Again, just to reiterate what is a freak off. The freak off essentially was something that Cassie said she learned about through Sean Combs about a year into their relationship. He described it as voyeurism, wanting to watch her have sex with someone else. And she said that she did it because she was 22, 21, she was young, she didn't know any better, and that she wanted to please Sean Combs.
Intro 3 Cassie said Diddy would throw long parties, which she called freak-offs, and he pressured her to take part. She said she used opiates to block out the pain. These weren't fun or wild nights. They were planned events meant to humiliate her. She talked about the damage they caused, things like UTIs, injuries to her mouth, and deep emotional pain. There was nothing equal or loving about it. Cassie made it clear she never enjoyed those nights.
If there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak off, this is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Combs, and I really did love him.
But Diddy's defense tried to tell a different story. They claimed Cassie enjoyed the freak-offs and only joined in to stop Diddy from chasing other women. But her testimony destroyed that idea. She said those events weren't about fun. They were about power. Cassie called them a control tactic, a way for Diddy to break her down and make sure she stayed under his control.
Then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, and the defense said, listen, what you witnessed was wrong, it was inhumane, it was horrible, but that was domestic violence, and they said that is not criminal enterprise, that is not racketeering, but both sides sort of making those compelling arguments and opening statements for the prosecution that he is guilty, for the defense obviously saying that he's not guilty of these crimes that he's alleged to have.
Meanwhile, back in the courtroom gallery, Alex Fine was furious. One reporter said he gave Diddy a cold, angry look as Cassie listed the men she was forced to sleep with. The feeling in the room was heavy. This wasn't just a trial anymore. It felt like an emotional battle.
I can tell you that immediately, the moment she opened her mouth, you could see that Combs was listening intently to everything that she had to say, as well as those jerks.
Alex only left the courtroom once and when the judge told him to step out before Cassie talked about the 2018 rape allegation. Why? Because he might be called as a witness, and the court wanted to avoid any problems. But his actions spoke loud. He showed up for her all 4 days, and when the media asked for a comment, he didn't talk about himself. He said, Cassie saved. Cassie. She alone broke free from abuse, pressure, violence, and threats. So while people online keep arguing about whether Cassie was a victim or a willing partner, the man who knows her best already knows the truth. And if you think the public was hard on Alex Fine, wait until you hear what celebrities had to say. After Cassie admitted in court that she once took a FaceTime call from Alex while lying in bed with Diddy, social media blew up. But it was Boozy who fired the first shot.
The husband watched Cassie and Diddy have consensual. He liked to watch too. He a freak too, this crazy. If y'all think these freak offs ain't still going on, y'all crazy.